Hey, Dr. Morgan, Uncivilized Vitality, and this is a quick video about our upcoming e-camp or emergency camp that we're going to do early spring 2026 in wet weather or flooded conditions. What to do if you find yourself out with a minimal amount of gear, just pockets and pouches, and the ground is saturated. Okay, so here we are in a swamp. We've done e-camps in the past before. We've done injury e-camps. We've done storm e-camps. Since Michigan is flooded right now up north, and we had to move our canoe camp for safety reasons, we're going to do an e-camp in the meantime upcoming here in May. So we're going to take minimal amounts, usually at the pockets and pouch level. We're not going to do strictly just your bag, and no shoes, no coat, none of that. That's more of a extreme e-camp. So we're going to leave this off to the side for a minute. You're going to take just these few items. There is a list posted. We'll put a link here, or I'll just put it in the description. Now, the things you can bring, there might be a couple changes from the list as I go. I'll tweak that. So here's what you are going to be allowed. First thing you're going to want to do is bring a bag to carry stuff in. We're going to limit the bags. It's going to need to be one of a bag about this size. I think I said about 15, 16 liters. So you're talking Hill People gear, Tarahumara, okay, that size. A Go Ruck Bullet Ruck, so 16 liter Bullet Ruck. This is just an outdoor product, so a little school, like a little day bag, gives you an idea of the size. Here's Lake and Trail. This is one of those packable little backpacks you throw in your suitcase when you're out traveling. And then same sort of thing, one of those little packable backpacks, something about that size, and you can see about what size that is. Okay, so into that bag you are going to need to take a couple of things, and then some of them have to be carried on the outside. First of all, I'm not going to address how you're going to dress, but dress appropriately. Don't wear jeans, don't wear tennis shoes. You get the soaker that I got when I stepped into the water. We were going to cross the swamp to get over there, but it is to that log to do a neat little backdrop. Thought that'd be cool, but it turns out that is shockingly deep. I was prepared for maybe thigh high, not chest high through the swamp. So this is what you're getting, okay? Swampy ground. So here's going to be the gear. We'll start with the small stuff you're going to be allowed. You're going to be allowed or required to bring a few bags. You will get a gallon size ziplock with food. I don't have a lot of food in there, but it's only 24 hours. You could fast if you want, but bringing food's a good idea. A personals bag. I've got some contact lenses, chapstick, toothbrush, toothpaste, little eye rinse, some did I say chapstick? Yeah. And I would put my phone in this bag to keep it dry. Okay, so a personals bag. Obviously, all important toilet bag with some wet wipes or dry wipes, however you prefer, and some hand sanitizer or some soap. And then one little quart bag with a dry pair of socks, which will be, you will be surprised at how much you enjoy this part of the gear later. The next thing you're going to want to bring for, let's finish talking about containers. You're going to be allowed one metal canteen and one metal cup. Try to get a nesting cup. You could bring just a big plastic essential water or plastic bottle, but you need one metal container. You're allowed a canteen and a cup. Okay. As far as cordage goes, you need to bring one fast rope. You can bring one of your dull color fast ropes or one of your brightly colored fast ropes. Since this is e-camp, brightly colored is probably preferable. And you're allowed two 12-foot pieces of paracord. I think that's right, two 12-foot pieces of paracord. So that'll take care of our cordage. As far as your cutting tool goes, you can bring a knife. It'd be better if it was fixed blade, but folding is acceptable for this as an e-camp. I suggest bringing just your Leatherman Signal. It's got the blade, the saw, a bunch of things on it. Having the Signal on you will work just fine. If you do bring a fixed blade knife as opposed to your multi-tool knife, you do not get to bring anything even as small as a Mora. That's a little too big for e-camp. You're going to want to bring something the size of this general purpose knife, maybe about that size, little 2-inch blade, or maybe even something the size of an Essie Izula. So if you bring a fixed blade, it's got to be under 3 inches. I'm just gonna bring my Leatherman signal. As far as light goes, you're going to need to bring 2 glow sticks, and everybody will get a candle, okay? Just a little beeswax stubby candle. 2 glow sticks and a candle, and we'll provide the candles for the participants. You don't have to track that down. You can bring 1 fire steel, not source of fire, no lighters, no matches. Well, I did say you could bring 12 matches instead of a fire steel, but I would prefer that you bring a marked, brightly marked fire steel. The big 6-inch, half-inch diameter ferro rods are great, but you could even bring a small ferro rod as well. So you get to bring a ferro rod. Also in your kit is going to be your Schlichman wrap, which is part of your Minimax med kit. So bring your own Minimax med kit and your Schlichman wrap. Okay. That's about all the small gear you're going to get to bring. Actually, let me grab a bag and throw some of that in there. Okay. Zip this up. Just so I can throw some stuff in there so you can see why we're going to keep track of this. So I have my socks, my toilet kit, my food and my personals, my Minimax med kit, my ferro rod, my candle and glow sticks, my fast rope, my paracord, and my canteen, all in that bag. Plenty of room to spare. I have my signal on me. The other thing I'll be allowed to have on me will be my hat. So you need to have a hat. You can bring just a sun hat, or you could bring my favorite hat, which is just a wool beanie. But pick a hat. I'll probably bring my sun hat because hopefully we'll get a little sun. Although this doesn't provide a lot of warmth at night, I can combine this with one of my cloth tools and get some warmth at night, which would be the most important thing. But you'll see if you come along. So bring a hat. Okay. Now, in addition to the few little bits of gear you have in your bag, you'll need to bring, for shelter, 1 USGI-sized poncho. It can be green, it can be black. You need 1 poncho. Okay. So we're going to bring 1 poncho. Put that in our bag. And you're going to be required to bring 1 55-gallon drum liner or large plastic bag. That also goes in there. Okay. Everything fits in my bag so far. Now, as far as cloth tools, in addition to that, you're going to be allowed to bring 1 blanket, and there's a couple options. You could, if you have one, bring a Swagman roll. Okay. Your Swagman poncho liner, this could be your blanket. Okay. It pairs nicely with the poncho. You can zip it in and make well, we'll show you what you can do with it. But this packs up really small, and this will fit right in your bag as well, or tied to the outside with one of your pieces of paracord. You could opt to bring just a standard wool blanket, or in this case, my wool Patoo. So you could just bring a wool blanket. Again, I'd roll this up and I would put that on the outside of my bag or around my shoulders. Okay. Or you could opt to bring your kilt, right? Your wool kilt that we use, that the turtles have. Probably, as much as I love my Patoo, probably the kilt's the way I'm gonna go, because I can wear this, use it as a sleeping blanket, part of my shelter. So besides your blanket, you're also gonna be allowed 1 cloth tool. This is where, at least for me, this is gonna get difficult, because there's so many uses for all 3 of these. You can bring 1 standard morigami, or shemagh-sized cotton, or wool, whatever you have, silk. You can bring 1 morigami, or your Turkish towel, or your multi-hood. So you pick hood, towel, morigami. That's all the gear you're gonna get to bring. I would suggest dressing in layers, things that dry quickly and are light and cut down on the wind, no cotton. You're allowed to bring a hoodie or a flannel, couple layers over your, to go on or over your uniform shirt. And then I think the only thing I forgot is you get to do a pocket handkerchief or a buff. So you can bring a buff or a handkerchief. So I think that's it. So that's all the gear you're allowed for this emergency camp. We're going to show you what you can do if you're just out. Anytime you're out in the woods and you go on a day hike, a small bag like this should be something that you grab. You got a day's worth of food, water, maybe your laugh kit, although you won't be taking that on this trip. And then you would take a blanket, a poncho, and a bag liner. So if you had to spend the night overnight, it wouldn't be the most comfortable night, and it definitely won't, but you could survive. So we're gonna show you how to do these things with just a small day pack. You're out and you're walking around, but specifically flooded or waterlogged conditions. There is literally nowhere dry to sit down or make a camp. So we'll show you all how to do all that at emergency camp with just this small bag full of gear. So that's it. Like, share, subscribe. Try to buy me a coffee, although I don't drink it. My wife loves it, and I think Rendell loves it. Everybody loves coffee except me. So buy me coffee. Appreciate the support. Like, share, subscribe the channel. Try to sign up. I know this is coming out last minute because we had to switch stuff around, but hit the links in the description and sign up for the e-camp this weekend. It's going to be great. It's 24 hours of just being out. I don't call it survival, but just showing you how you can be adaptable, durable, and capable in an emergency situation with minimal gear. Okay, I think that's it.